Good morning, my friends. My name is Lama Jigme of the Rational Contemplative. This is the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditative Musings. Today I'm joined with Mini-Me, and I'll be playing Dr. Evo. $1 million. Kitty Cat is not amused. Oh, Kitty Cat looked at me as if to say, okay, minion, back to the petting. These cheeks aren't gonna pet themselves. I got a lovely email from a good-hearted individual who asked a very good question. The question was, how does one find their transcendental meditation yantra? Excellent, excellent question. For those of us who are fans of classic rock and the Beatles, we may have learned that in the late 60s, Transcendental Meditation, also known as TM, rose in popularity. All four of the Beatles received an initiation and began studying it. They attended a retreat, became disillusioned, and pursued other spiritual practices. My experience of transcendental meditation is thus, it's a relatively new system. It's fundamentally a concentration system. One receives and attends a ritual. They give the instructor the date and time of their birth. They receive a one-syllable mantra called a seed mantra or a bija. They are told to recite it silently and mentally, both on the in-breath and on the out-breath, and told that when things come up, just push them aside and just keep returning to the bija. They're told to practice this 20 minutes twice daily. Many years ago, I explored that. I was not impressed with the results that I received personally, nor was I impressed with the results that my peers and my teachers received. I don't say this in a snarky way. I really wanted to be impressed. I had already been studying Buddhist Tantra, and I was looking for a much easier, quicker path. There is a great misconception that concentration is integral to Buddha's path. You see, approximately 26 centuries ago, when the method attributed to Buddha was taught, it became very, very popular. And over the years, people, and this took place in northeast India. Over the years, people raised in Hindu culture became monks, became nuns, and with the best of intentions, usually attempted to teach what they thought was the system attributed to Buddha. But they usually brought with them their assumptions and their baggage from Hinduism. And so over the centuries, Vinodhamma was, or Buddha's meditation system was transformed into basically Hinduism light, replete with a pantheon to be propitiated with offerings and bows and ceremonies and supplications and blah, blah, blah. So it is without any rancor or cruelty that I say there's a lot of preconceptions that we need to strip away. Now, in various schools of Hinduism, there are many schools, but in some of the schools they talk about yantra, mantra, and mudra, which is very cool. That's also trickled its way into some schools of Kagyu Tantric Buddhism. A yantra would be a physical or imagined image that one concentrates on, that one tries to hold their mind upon. A mantra would be a sound, a syllable, or a string of syllables that one either listens to or chants verbally or mentally in an effort to and take as one's object of concentration. Or a mudra is a physical gesture often made with one's fingers or hands or arms to, once again, take as an object of concentration. Now, I'm a big old vegan. I love animal rights and protecting the planet, making sure humans are fed and that we evolve. Also, all the while making sure humans improve their health and come in under budget. So anyway, as a vegan, I don't like the idea that some people catch butterflies and then ostensibly, what's the word, that impale them on a pin on a board. I don't like that. What's that? You're so pretty, I'm going to torture you and kill you. Well, that's great if you are a serial killer, but I don't like that. But anyway, we tend to treat our mind the way a bug collector treats a butterfly. We say, okay, mind, I'm going to select what you feel, what you think, what you see, what you do. And using my will and my cleverness, I'm going to hold you in place. That is what us big boys like to call contrivance. It is the opposite of spontaneity. And spontaneity is directly and indirectly taught in both the Tao Te Ching, attributed to Lao Tzu, and the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the meditation manual, attributed to Gautama Buddha. So in Buddha's system, for want of a better term, in Buddha's system, we do not control the mind. We notice the mind. We use mindfulness to notice what mind is doing. We use insight to take the energy of the spontaneous movement of our mind and to harness it in a very constructive way. And we use loving kindness to take our pleasures and use that to inspire us to wish that others have good things. We also use loving kindness to take our sufferings and you allow that aversion for our own personal suffering to translate into an intention to shove away other people's sufferings away from them. So it's a very simple system of mindfulness, insight, and loving kindness. And you could say, hey, wait a minute, Lama Jigme, you oddly dressed fellow. I've looked at various translations of the greater discourse upon the 4 bases of mindfulness, and I'll have you know the word collectedness or concentration occasionally arises. And the answer is, yes, it does. The question is it commanded? Or is it used in the context of noticing? Quick hint for those of you playing along in the home version of the game. It is not commanded. It is noticed. And here is the basic pattern. The Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the greater discourse upon the 4 bases of mindfulness, presents itself kind of like a song. There are verses and choruses, and verses and choruses, and verses and choruses. The chorus, the pattern of the chorus goes like this. When something manifests, he notices it's coming, he notices it's going. He notices its interdependence, he notices its impermanence. He notices that it is not him. He observes this interplay with the 5 aggregates of clinging. Now, that is the common pattern, and so that is applied to concentration. There are actually 2 places in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta where we explore whether the mind is scattered or collected. And if we don't repair it, we just notice it. If something is scattered, we notice it's scattered. We notice the causes of its scattered. We notice the impermanence of its scatteredness. We make friends with the scattered mind and smile at it. And we explore which facets of scatteredness may be leaving even as we explore it. We then explore the ramifications of the scatteredness upon our mood, upon the story we tell ourselves, upon the labels we apply in our mind, perhaps unconsciously, upon the evaluations we make, and upon our raw sense experience. Then we flip it over, kind of like a dog so you can scratch his tummy. We flip it over and we explore the opposite of scatteredness, which is collectedness. We explore where is the collectedness right now? Is it anywhere in our mind? Is it anywhere in our heart? Is it anywhere in our body? Is it anywhere in our circumstance, our environment? Having explored that, we then explore its causes, its sensations. We smile at it, and then we lovingly intend that all beings, including ourselves, experience collectedness and the benefits that it generates. And so you'll notice we do not at one point push scatteredness away. We do not pull collectedness towards us. What we do is pretend that the mind and body and circumstances are a lot like a grand piano. And what I mean by that is, when you sit in front of a grand piano, you've got 88 keys. And if you're a vegan, you really hope there's no ivory, because yuck. So you sit before a grand piano, there are 88 keys, and assuming that every piano is tuned correctly, each key, the same key on each piano has the same sound. And every piano has the same set of keys. Likewise, we all have the same possible thoughts or emotions or sensations or circumstances. And the more we practice Buddha's method, the more we see that what we feel or don't feel or experience or don't experience at any given moment is not an indictment. Not at all. The only question is, are you noticing it? Are you working with it? Are you benefiting others with it? So, long story short, in the systems that Lao Tzu, or that are attributed to Lao Tzu and Gautama Buddha, we do not concentrate on a visual object, or an auditory object, or a tactile object. We observe what's going on and make the most of what's going on in the most wonderful way. My friends, I thank you for your time and your kind attention. I want to remind you that the free Tuesday, well, let's try this again. The Tuesday evening series of classes begins the first week of, when is it? November, I think it's the 3rd. And it's absolutely free. You can attend either over your webcam, live, or you can attend in person in Southern California's Palm Springs. This is free thanks to our patrons on Patreon. And if you want to become a patron for as little as $1 a month, you're welcome to using the links below. I hope to see you, and it would be best if you use the links below to be able to register for the webinar or the in-person class. The way I can send you either the link or the directions to the place where the Buddha Joy Meditation School meets, and all that good stuff. Have a happy Halloween. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Bye-bye now.